Hi there, my name is Kay Moon, and I'm a twin flame channel and Western astrologer. And this is a video about the new moon in Scorpio solar eclipse taking place on October 25th at 6:48 a.m. if you happen to be on the eastern seaboard of the United States. If not, please check a time zone converter for your local time so that you can know what time this energy will be in effect for you. So grateful to have you all here. This will be the energy update for Twin Flames. The video that I publish alongside this one is the Lightworker energy update, and that one contains the information about the full context of this lunation. I always recommend you have a listen to that one first and then have a listen to this so that when we're zooming in on just one piece of the pie, you have a deeper understanding of why the interpretation is what it is and how the energy can manifest and unfold in the full context of your life. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You're always welcome to leave your thoughts about how the energy is manifesting for you in the comment section below. I don't always read or get to every comment, but certainly do so as you are moved to. I think the collective finds it interesting to be able to hear from one another. And I certainly do check in once in a while to hear how the energies are playing out. I love this new moon. I have to say it right off the bat. It's such a beautiful, transformative, no, for real this time kind of energy. And there's so many reasons why. I'm not going to get into all of them in this video, but if you've been hoping for a breakthrough or a change and you're starting to see it unfold in connection, what I'm going to tell you is that this time you can trust it. This time things are moving in a direction that has greater clarity, greater congruence, greater alignment, greater depth, greater truth, greater realness than they've been able to manifest in every lunation prior to this one this year. As I look at this, I'm thrilled to say this is probably my favorite new moon of the entire year. And there's so many great reasons why. If there are important conversations that you felt the need to have, I get into why now's the right time to have them over in the Lightworker Energy Update. But let's go ahead and dig into what the divine counterparts are doing. So, if you're new to the channel, I read Juno as the divine feminine because she, in the mythology, is the spouse of Jupiter, the divine masculine. And in this lunar update, I'm going to provide intel into how these two planet energies are moving. I do not read these two planetary energies as sole individual beings. I've always said if you're looking for manifestation of union energy, you want to be listening for your own divine feminine and your own divine masculine energy in yourself, in your life, and be looking for the ways that they play out for you. Okay. But if you are one of the individuals who have been selected or need to work in polarity or separation consciousness as just a divine feminine or just a divine masculine, you are certainly welcome to listen. That information will be here as well. Just remember, if you're cultivating union, you want to be listening for both because we all have both energies. All right. So, at this lunar update, solar eclipses are essentially new moons on steroids, which are new beginnings. And at this particular one, we've got huge new beginning energy in the sign of Scorpio. And this new beginning energy is speaking loosely yet harmoniously to Juno, our divine feminine asteroid. She represents partnerships, marriage, fertility, the protection of such relationships. She really is the glue in relationships. And this is the first lunation that she is strongly featured in since she has turned direct. She's been retrograde since about spring, summer. And now that she is moving direct, many divine counterparts are going to start to notice the magnetism in connection being restored. For those of you who have been in separation, this is, or loosely connected, this is where you may find, okay, you're drawn to kind of talk to one another, be connected again in whatever way that makes sense. For those of you who are in some format of connection that's already well established, this is where you may find that a new chapter unfolds and a deepening happens inside of your connection. New energy is unfolding here. And the reason why there's so much newness with this Juno direct, even though she's going to cross over a pathway that she already crossed over once when she moved in that direction before she moved retrograde. Now she's going to cross over this pathway again. Even though she's repeating something here, what's different is this energy right here. We've got Venus in the mix, and Venus represents our relationship glue as well. She's what we're drawn to and attracted to. We've got Scorpio, which represents resurrection cycles. The death, the afterlife, and the rebirth is where the moon and the sun are sitting, creating new energy with both of our relationship planets, Venus and Juno, creating this new energy inside of the arena of relationships. This new energy does come with a bit of sacrifice, it comes with a letting go, it comes with an ending. But in order to grasp the new, we are being asked to let go of the old. And with her now being direct, having been through a protracted process, about 4 months, of releasing, purging, forgiving, healing, compassion, inward spiritual soul searching, with the divine feminine having gone through that process. What we have going on here now that she's speaking to this new moon is her recognizing, if I want new, I need to do new. If I want new, I need to let go of old. And there's a real definitive line in the sand somewhere in your divine feminine energetic field where you are done doing things in the connection in a way that you've previously done them. So there can be a lot of different ways that this plays out. For some I've spoken to, they have said, wow, I have just been trying to ignore the connection because my person is MIA. And now I'm realizing I can't ignore the connection. I actually have to honor the fact that I'm deeply connected to this person. For others, it's been about closing out a chapter of, just kind of being loosely connected, friends with benefits. Either we're just friends or we're taking benefits plus plus. We're moving into a solid connection that's more established with emotional intimacy and connection too. For others, it's been about closing out a chapter as parents. Their children are moving into a season where they no longer need you as co parents or as parents. They are moving into, college, university, and now you're moving into a different season of your life for relationship. And still for others, I've heard that there have been some breakups during this period of time as well, where there has just needed to be a real surrender to the way in which, okay, my heart's been open, the person has been unavailable, and now it's time for me to move forward in my life. And I'm able to do it from a place of not forcing my heart, but my heart really is now releasing me to move forward. For others of you, there's an ending to a chapter of friendship and moving into a chapter of more commitment and exploration of what the connection more deeply is. How this plays out, this ending and new beginning, is going to be unique to each set of counterparts. Your journey is your own. No need to compare. It's being guided by the divine, And you can trust that in this unfoldment, what's happening is happening for the highest good of all. With Juno in this configuration, talking about a new chapter in relationship, there's only greater harmony amplified here by creation goddess here. She's our manifestation energy. Juno sitting in the sign of the void. It's from the spirit and the ether. It's from our divine feminine energetic fields. That we are going to be calling forward this new chapter of manifestation. So I want to be really clear. Divine feminine energy is not something that is exclusive to people who were born with ovaries or that is exclusive to people who identify as women. Divine feminine energy is that energy of flexibility, going with the flow, that energy of receptivity. It's that energy of surrender. It's the energy of softness. It's also the energy of openness and curiosity, seeing how things manifest in their own sequence and timing. Okay. It's the capacity to shapeshift, to become what the circumstance needs. And so, in this energy and our divine feminine energetic fields, there's real awareness at this time, in at least one area of life, but certainly in the connection of what you cannot change. Fixed energy, Scorpio, is about the things that we cannot control. However, Pisces is the sign of shape shifting, where the divine feminine sits. And what we have going on is a recognition, here's what I can't shift about what's unfolding in the connection. I can't maybe change their feelings, change their mind, change the other person in any way. But what I can do is shape shift myself. I can become a vibrational match in union with what it is so that I have put no resistance in between me and how it is. And in full acceptance and in union with how it is, I'm anchoring my own union codes. I'm returning myself to union energy because I am not fighting what's unfolding. Whether they have to be away because they've got a job somewhere else, they've got a spouse somewhere else, whatever the outward appearance of the connection is, the way to transform it is to be in acceptance of it. The way you get into union in a deeper sense is by being in the future, is by being in union with how it is today. No fight, no resistance, soft surrender, allowing, faith, trust. That's Pisces. And now that our divine feminine energy is popping up, this is her first lunation, moving in direct forward movement at a time where she is being forced to accept, here's some things that are going on in my connection, in my relationship that I cannot change. This is the catalyst moment for new chapter, new beginning. So I've talked about this inside of the several recent lunar updates, but I've talked about this many times. We're in the middle of a union window that's 2 years long. It began in January of 2022. It extends through December of 2023. It peaks in January of 2023. And so we're 3 months out from that peak. What is it? October, November, December, January, 3 months, 90 days from the peak of this energy. And as this energy is peaking, we're closing out this 7-year cycle. That was the last time the divine counterparts came together, was in 2015. Now we're closing out this cycle. And this, as we close out this 7-year energy, there's a real push, purge, demand in our energetic fields to get real clear and resolute about what we're beginning to manifest. There are a few signs of the zodiac that have master manifestation built into the way they operate, their frequency. Both Scorpio and Pisces are one of them. All signs have their own way of manifesting, but Pisces manifests by calling it out of the ether and into the world. It's the liminal space between the world of what we can see and form and what we like, co-create in mind and from spirit. Scorpio, where this new moon energy and solar eclipse energy is happening, manifests through creating the void first, killing off what is, moving into the integration of the ending, moving into the new beginning energy. It's the resurrection cycle. And so, with this cycle of life, death, and rebirth that the Scorpio new moon is bringing to Juno, what the option is here for manifestation is to get in full alignment and congruence with how it is, and then get absolute resolute in our demand for how we want things to be in the world of frequency, vibration, manifestation. So that because we are in acceptance with how it is, we have no resistance in our frequency. We can also be in union with what's to come, no resistance in our frequency. And so this is a seed planting time. There are other aspects at this lunation around why this is such a fertile period of time for manifestation. I cover that in the Lightworker Energy Update. I also talk about certain manifestation techniques you can use at this time, whether you identify in whatever combination of feminine and masculine for yourself. I talk about different ways to work with that over there. So have a listen. But it's an opportunity. This is the period of time, 90 days before the peak of this union window energy manifests, plant seeds, set intentions, right? So if you've been in this place where there's just like no communication, the work of Scorpio energy with Pisces energy, it's about dealing with the grief around that, dealing with the pain around that, dealing with the sorrow and the loss. If you've been in this place where there has been union energy between the two of you, but it's just been like a lot of chaos, like there's been triggers all over the place, right? This is the energy of recognizing you cannot heal someone's past for them. You can just be present with them in the now while they face it. But trying to react to it, fix it, that's not going to work. All you can do is get into union with how it is so that you are a strong stand for even deeper union by not resisting it. They've got triggers, they've got wounds, fine. You can't fix it. You can make the shift so that you are not adding on to the baggage, right? With reactionariness. That is, wow, a made up word. Um, to what they're bringing to the table, but you can't heal it for them. You can't fix it for them, right? And so the Scorpio energy deals with a lot of our shadow. And so at this lunation, there will be some aspect in our divine feminine energy fields now that she's moving direct from the inward focus to outward focus again. There will be some aspect of a shadow walk here during Scorpio season. Some aspect of, these are some things I'd rather not feel, rather not have to see, rather not have to experience. Scorpio deals with shadow emotions, shame, guilt, fear, depression. Scorpio deals with addiction as well. And so all of these things may show up as like, okay, I see. This is where the change is. I need to reclaim my mind, my emotions, my energy, my path. I need to let certain things go energetically so that I can let something new unfold. Now, for some of you, this is really going to be about really letting go, especially if you're twin. And I've talked about this in the annual updates. I know I'm supposed to post 2022, haven't forgotten, guys. Where your twin has both told you and shown you there's no path forward for me in this with you. This is about coming into union with your twin's truth to such a degree of deep surrender and acceptance in your feminine energy field so that your masculine energy field is now prepared as we move into this union window to take hold of and grasp and receive love where love wants to land for you, right? For those of you who's, there's been some level of like ambiguity about what's going on, this is the clarity that ambiguity can't stand anymore. There needs to be, I don't care what side of the fence we land on, but we're not standing in between anymore. And with that can be a certain amount of grief for what it was. I've heard twins who come into union say, wow, what it's true, when we have come into union, the triggers are even deeper, the mirror is even brighter, and there's no escape. And I kind of miss the days when, we weren't, on top of each other, living together, figuring this out together. I kind of miss, the days of that deeper activation from being in separation. I've heard people say that. I've also heard people say, when they're in, they were in a state of union and then needed to move to a state of separation, there's a real longing and loss in that too. Dealing with loss is going to be a part of this process. And so, really having gratitude for the lessons of the last chapter, whatever the last chapter has been for you. There have been lessons in it. And we can at this point recognize that that chapter is coming to a close and take stock of what the lessons are and give ourselves grace and love and mercy and compassion for how we needed to learn those lessons, because all the lessons, they just show up in the way that we need in order for us to get it. They come in perfect packages. And simultaneously, this is our opportunity at this time to renegotiate with the universe. Okay, I got the lesson. I did not like the package. Let's repackage this next time. Please just send me a piece of mail. Don't hit me with a 2x4. I got it. I will pay attention to mail from now on. That kind of thing. Or the kind of thing where it's like, okay, self compassion. This was a really hard thing to experience. And I allow my experience to be real and valid and true for me, and their experience to be real and valid and true. I release the need to have this experience repeat. I am ready to move into my next chapter. So there's a bit of it's bittersweet energy. There's a graduation ceremony here of sorts. There's, uh, when you leave, high school and all of your friends to move into the next season, it can really feel, there can be a lot of uncertainty and trepidation around this as well. Like, is it gonna go? Is it not gonna go? We're all leaving our comfort zones and our known at this point in time. So no matter when you met your counterpart, there's a collective 7-year energy that's closing at this time. You may have met your counterpart 3 years ago, 7 years ago, 2 years ago. It doesn't matter. The collective frequency from the last union window is coming to a close. This union window is opening with a union with self energy, and this is the very foundation of it. It's in the divine feminine energetic fields. She's the first between the two of them to go direct. She's going to start moving in to the end of Pisces. She'll meet with the divine masculine here in January of 2023. They will not meet again until about 2025. Okay. So people come into union and meet their twins at any given time, right? Like I said, some people meet prior, some people meet now. This isn't about you and your person coming together in holy wedded matrimony so you can have 2 kids and a dog and, paint a picture perfect life and ride off into the sunset. Some people will have that, but the majority of us in this union with self energy are having the experience of getting a deeper understanding of who we really are, the truth of love being revealed to us, the mirror being in our face about where we have been separate from ourselves, and getting the opportunity through this union window to reclaim the pieces of ourselves that have been separate, divided, repressed, cut off, shut down. This is our time to anchor our own unity consciousness as members of the collective thought body so that oneness can begin to anchor all over the globe, which, if you look around, you only need to turn on the news for 10 minutes to see how deeply needed oneness and unity consciousness is at this time. Okay. So thank you. Thank you all for your work. Thank you all for your anchoring of this energy of union. This union energy being restored to us as individuals is what's going to also help restore it to Earth. There's been too much separation and divisiveness. Earth needs oneness and unity consciousness now like never before. And so the more we can get out of resistance with ourselves and our own truth and our own reality and really accept and have compassion and mercy for ourselves, the more we bring to bear this frequency here on Earth. And like I said, it's the divine feminine energy field that is anchoring this as a code for the rest of humanity. Okay. And it doesn't matter. You can be divine feminine in any body. It doesn't matter your body, it's your energy. And we all have both energies. Okay. We have Ceres opposite Juno at this period of time as well. And with Ceres in opposition to Juno, it just highlights the seasonality of this moment that we're closing a season, opening a season. Ceres was the goddess who taught the earth beings how to farm and harvest and plant and the seasons for that. She also brought to bear an energy of seasonal change as she took her light away when she needed to go seek her daughter from the underworld. And when she came back with her daughter, her light came back to earth. And so there's this energy of really recognizing as these two stand in opposition to one another, there could be perchance discernment. She sits in the sign of discernment about where the season has changed and the necessity of just surrendering to the fact that the season has changed and we're moving into the next season. No amount of wearing shorts in the middle of winter is going to make it summer again. Best to put on a coat and keep moving forward. All right, let's talk about Jupiter, our divine masculine energy fields here. There's Jupiter at the 0-degree mark of Aries, having crossed into Aries earlier this year in the spring, retrograded back from that 7th degree, now going to hit some of the later degrees here of Pisces through November. We'll turn direct around November 21st and start moving back towards Aries again. The Jupiterian, our divine masculine energy in Aries, has been laying foundation for new energy since May. As divine masculine energy flows into the sign of Aries and opens this new energy up for us, there has been beginning of a new 12-year cycle. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And so Jupiter hasn't been in Aries if we count 12 years back. That's 2010. Think back to that period of time. We are now opening a brand new 12-year cycle for divine masculine energy here in Aries. And he's been laying foundation in the world of vibration and frequency. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the sign of the new. It is the sign of the individual coming into union energy with self. It's the sign of our ambition. It's the sign of our capacity to drive forward. And so Jupiter has been expanding the groundwork here since May and revealing to all of us in some area of life, there's a new beginning here. Knock, knock, tick tock, let's do the new thing. We cannot continue to do the old. There's something pulling us toward the new at this time. And you would have been aware of it as early as May of this year, even if you're only now beginning to execute and move on it. There's been thematically an energy of newness and movement since last year. And I talk about why that is over in the Lightworker Energy Update. But there's momentum and clarity gained over the course of this year as Jupiter's been in Aries. Now Jupiter is going to take a recalibration point. It's going to head back into Pisces for, let's see, about a month and a half before turning direct. In Pisces, Jupiter brings an internally focused, deeply spiritually connected energy, where through our masculine intuition, we are able to bring forward and bring to bear some of the gifts that we need to facilitate new beginning energy come January when Jupiter re-arrives in Aries. Now, what's masculine intuition? Great question. Some people will say that it's the capacity to sense and know through the body form, through the body electrics. Some people will say it's the capacity to react and respond via our energetic fields of provision. It's the capacity to call things forward based on what's needed in the moment as well, not through shape shifting, but through acquisition. So depending upon, I mean, if you have your own definition of masculine intuition and feminine intuition, and you feel so inclined to put that below this video, by all means, feel free. Might help someone out. But through our own masculine energetic fields, as we move into the next month and a half before Jupiter turns direct, we're going to have a deeper understanding of the lessons of 2022 and what we were supposed to integrate and learn so that our new beginning can truly be a new beginning. It's going to be a little bit of a release, a bit of purge energy happening here. And it's just so that we can really move into the new chapter with no strings attached. So I like to see this energy. We've got Jupiter square Mars, so there's heightened energy in our masculine energy field. Mars is our soulmate masculine energy. It's also the energy of our human masculinity, that capacity to drive forward, to outward projected motion, go get, go acquire, go do. And with the two of these in square, there can be a little bit of hastiness in our divine masculine energy fields, like, not another delay. Let me just get this over with. I can't stand this any longer. The challenge with this energy at this period of time is Jupiter is moving retrograde. So the energy moved forward and now it's retracting and retreating. Mars is forward now, but 6 days from now on October 30th, Mars is moving back. And so there's like, go get, oh, no, wait, hold back. There can be this vibration, this frequency of uncertainty, 1 foot in, 1 foot out in our divine masculine energy fields. And that's okay. There's divine purpose to this in this square. This square is meant to generate the tension needed to kick up the dust of stones left unturned, things left unsaid, healing left undone, so that as the triggers show up that have us 1 foot in, 1 foot out, between now and the peak of the union window in January, the work can get done. And so where things are unresolved in connection for us or unresolved in our lives, this energy is shining a flashlight on it. Like, look, 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 look. You can't move forward until you've dealt with this, deal with this now. And so in our divine masculine energy fields where we have the ambition to move forward in love and connection and work and home and family, this little period of time, the Mars retrograde between now and January 12th, this little period of time, Jupiter is going to be talking to Mars this whole time, is yanking our attention to where we've tried to skip steps, where we've tried to rush into a union energy with self, with soul, soul family, with counterpart, with source, where we've tried to rush it, and only in skipping steps, we've undermined our capacity to truly have the union energy that we want. Okay. So this is, again, this energy is calling everyone out. And so if you feel a little called out right now, it's okay. I'm called out too. Source is showing me my stuff and my own divine masculine energy where I've tried to skip steps. You're in great company. But this is the energy of like, yeah, let's get into union, but both of us are still tethered to other people. Let's move in together, but your divorce isn't final. And I still got stuff at my ex's house. Or yeah, let's start a business together. But I need you to put up all the money because my money is tied up in back taxes. Skipped steps. You get it? You see what I'm saying here? Clean up the past in totality so that the new beginning doesn't have strings and holdovers from the past that can bust your bubble in the new energy, or force you to go back and deal with the old chapter while the new chapter is trying to unfold. This is the moment to get it cleaned up. This is the time to say what needs to be said, to do what needs to be done, so that you are not hanging around in the new energy, scratching your head, going, damn, I missed an opportunity. Or what if I had just handled this better or differently? What if I had just taken my time? Okay. This is the moment to take your time and do the cleanup. This is the moment to rectify situations in your divine masculine energy field, things that are in between you and your intended outcome, your goal, your ambition, things that stand in between you and that. This is the moment to clean it up. Use this Mars retrograde, go to therapy, get the healing, talk to your ex, talk to the person you co-parent with, talk to your business partner, deal with the back taxes, deal with whatever, so that your new beginning can truly be a new beginning. The new 12-year cycle has no remnants of the last one. There's no paying for the future. Let me put it a different way. There's no paying for the past by borrowing from your future. Okay. That's how to work with this energy. We've got blessings in here for the divine masculine energy that is actually doing the work. Chericlo sextile Jupiter means that there's a blessing available for us if we are doing work. Sextiles require work in order to get the benefit, and Chericlo is the guardian angel energy of the zodiac there. So we've got some blessings where work is put in, gifts are provided. And let's just see, we've got Folis here highlighting for us where we are caught between a rock and a hard place and actually do need to accept some hard truths. Like I was saying at the beginning, let something go so we can shape shift and become what's needed in our divine feminine energy to take stock of the new beginning. Folis represents that sacrifice and that recognition, again, of what we can't change and our own limitations. So, for a deeper look at all of this stuff, we can dig into your chart. Book with me over at kmoonastro.com. It would be my honor to read for you. There are some sessions available between now and the lunar eclipse that's coming up at the 8th of November. That lunar eclipse is going to be a significant closing of some sort. It will work in tandem with this new beginning energy of the solar eclipse. I did do a first look. I tried something new in the Lightworker energy update. We're at the tail end of that video. I pulled up that chart and gave you my first thoughts on it. So if you're interested in having a look at what's to come, you can find that over in the Lightworker energy update, the other video that's published alongside this one. Thank you so much for every like, subscribe, and share. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm here at the new and the full moon to provide these little bits of guidance updates to help you stand more fully in your creatorship and your sovereignty as a divine being incarnate here on earth. And it's my pleasure to be able to work with you. You can find me at K Moon Astro to book a personal reading. I am not offering twin flame readings at this time. I'm only offering the 90-minute twin flame reading for twins who are coming to the session together. If you are looking to come to the session with your divine counterpart, the two of you in conversation together, you can book that 90-minute reading. Otherwise, the best thing to do is to book a personal reading with me. That's the only other reading I have available at this time. You can do that over at kmoonastro.com. The link is below this video in the description box. Thanks so much. Take great care and bye for now.